longest-running improv troupe. We were founded in 1999 by a few of the gentlemen you will be meeting just shortly. In celebration of this, our playlist, if you did not notice, was the top 100 hits of 1999. So, if you were 7 years old, as I was when those came out, you will make them feel bad. And so, also in preparation for the show, I came up with a couple of jokes. I know, you come to an improv show, first thing you see, not improv. Whoa. Well, hold on, sorry, dial-up. But yeah, the first thing, what are the big news stories for 1999? And a lot of people were concerned with the Y2K bug. The entire world is going to end because all the computers are going to crash because no computer knows how to switch from 1999 to 2000. Whoa, we weren't going to make it past that. I'm sorry none of us made it. Interesting thing, first human hand transplant ever performed in Louisville, Kentucky. I don't know why that's important, but it's Louisville, that's cool. Reverend Jerry Falworth outs Teletubby Tinky Winky as a gay. This was news. I don't care. What's the big deal? But anyways, we also had a couple of sad things, like really bad stories, like the horrible event of Columbine. We lost director Stanley Kubrick and actor George C. Scott. But worst among worst things, the biggest news story of 1999 and horrible thing, Bill Clinton got a blowjob. So, on that big note, we're going to introduce the founders, one of the original founders of Happy Gas, Josh Chapman.
All right, I get it. This is sexy. I get it. Do me a favor real quick. I'm going to make you all feel really awkward. I want every single one of you to move forward. Please. Please, come forward. Fill in all of these seats in the front. All of you. Get buddied up. Get friends with people. Hug them out. Come on, don't be shy. I know you're like, oh man, I was so comfortable where I was sitting. All right. This way. Come on. Of course Dr. Young is the slowest one in the whole room. I mean, Dr. Leonard has already moved 4 times. Thank you guys for humoring us. We know this is a fairly rather large space, so we want to kind of get you guys as close and intimate as possible. Kenny? I want to do better. Kenny? Come down here. So, Kenny is our war veteran. In case you guys haven't noticed, Kenny was an extra in the 4th of July in the Tom Cruise film. We love you. He's our anti-conscious. All right, thank you guys for coming out tonight. We really appreciate this. Something that is very near and dear to my heart, especially because it's been going on for 15 years now, which is totally insane. And I think one of the members called us out earlier saying that her brother is officially as old as Happy Gas is in existence. So that's always great. So with that, I would like to bring out the rest of my crew. We're going to break this off into a couple of sessions, or sections if you will. I want to bring out some of my crew to join me on stage here. So all the Happy Gas members that are performing from the old crew, please take the stage. We got side story. In 1999, when I came over from Pike County, Kentucky, I met this young gentleman right here in the theater department, Colin Thornton, and he came up and he's like, hey Josh. That's my Colin impression. He's like, I want to start a comedy team. I want to do some improvisational comedy, and I just got like, a baby type of idea. And I was like, say no more, I will be your sperm. Let's do this. He will not let me forget that story. He tells it every time we get together. And I must say, we've grown into a bunch of wonderful adults. So.
Yes!
All right. With that, a couple of us, myself included, are going to attempt improv tonight. Let's see how this goes. So I need a suggestion from you guys that kind of, one word, that conjures up a memory, or what's the word? A recollection, if you will. Recollection. One word.
Chainsaw.
Chainsaw, candy cane.
Radioactive.
Hey, anything. Keep them coming.
Pineapple.
Pineapple. What?
Vacation.
Vacation.
First day.
We're gonna go with vacation.
So I remember going on a spring break trip with a couple of the guys from Happy Gas, and we went up to New York City, and we never been to New York City. Totally, kind of freaked out. And it was at night, and we wanted to take the Staten Island ferry, so we took the subway all the way to the end, and we got there, and we got the last Staten Island ferry, and we came back, and we were on the subway in the middle of the night. Never been to New York, and we were just three kind of country boys. And there was one guy on there, on the train, who scared us. He was the only one on the train besides the three of us in this car. We were kind of like, hey man, because we were brave. The other two were brave and I was scared. He's like, y'all are from Kentucky? And then he came up and gave us this big hug to each of us, and we were all like,
Yeah! Next stop will be Sedgwick. Doors open on the left.
Hey, I couldn't help but notice two things. Firstly, you were urinating in a subway car.
As the spot!
Secondly, is that a University of Kentucky sweatshirt?
Yeah, it just invites hugs, doesn't it?
It sure does. You okay, brother?
That's why you recognized the way I was urinating!
Typically I'd see a stranger urinating on a train and I would say, hey, you know what, Russ? Don't hug that guy. Don't hug that guy.
Did you notice the way I squatted a little bit into the UK pack?
Henry, right there. Oh my God. Hello, you're from Kentucky?
Originally. I'm a New Yorker by trade.
Nice. How long have you been in the city?
4 hours and 28 minutes and 42 seconds.
I like how precise you are.
Okay.
That is
Now
definitely
approaching
what we have in common.
Sedgwick. Doors open on the left at Sedgwick.
Those subway announcements have gotten very thorough.
I get really concerned because you're facing this way, I'm facing this way, so left for me is this way.
And left for me is that way.
We're gonna have to get off at different spots.
Hey, you know what? I get scared. I know I can count on my UK brother!
So in college, I mentioned earlier I came from Pike County, and in Pike County we have one black person in our entire county. My cousin can attest to that. Crazy Kenny, yeah, one leg, one guy. Yep. So in college, I befriended a real dear friend of mine. We'll call him James to save face. And James and I decided to take a road trip together, and we went to Pike County. And on the way, James was extremely quiet. He wasn't saying a lot. He was sitting over in the corner, which is unlike him. The man is not, you get him in a closed space and he'll talk a lot. But he wasn't saying a word for about 2.5 hours. I was like, James, you know, what's wrong, man? You're going to Pike County, I'm gonna feed you good, you're gonna have a good time. He's like, look, man, listen, they ain't gonna shoot me, are they? I was like, no, they're not gonna shoot you. You're fine. I mean, yeah, I get it. We got one black person in Pike County, but you're fine with me. It's good. You know, they're used to seeing, you know, people of different races and different cultures. You'll be fine. He's like, all right. So we go to a bar.
So I messed up, and I think I committed a hate crime.
Dude, it's all over the news.
Yeah, I was hunting.
Channel 3, Channel 5.
I was hunting, and I saw something brown, and I shot it.
What were you thinking?
I don't know. I was in the competition, and I really wanted the best buck. I saw him, I aimed, and I shot, and I heard, oh, motherfucker.
Cletus, get out here. You gotta explain this. All right, now I'm not saying that it was you, but I just found a young black gentleman in our barn. You know anything about that? He just wandered in there.
No, he didn't wander in there. I do know about him.
Well, oh my God, he's not dead. Boy, you sleep like a rock. Get up here. Come on, get him. Seamus. Now, if you're gonna join us for Thanksgiving dinner, you're gonna have to wear clothes that ain't covered in all this hay and horse stuff. All right, I'm gonna go in the barn, and I'm gonna get a pair of my best overalls. All right, we're gonna. Well, yeah.
This is the city of Pike County.
On that same vacation, we went from New York. We decided we were going to go down and visit Josh's family in Pike County. We had never been there either, and we were feeling brave, and they were more so than me. And we went down, and we had no idea Josh's mom's name, and we looked in the book, and it's like Chapman. We're like, holy shit, they really do sleep with each other down here. We were trying to remember, and we were like, I think he lives on Staking Branch Road. We're like, oh, here's a Chapman on Staking Branch Road. So we drive up this holler. I found out. We're driving up the holler, and we're like, this is like creepy. Like there's kind of like people with beards and overalls coming out and looking at us, and they're like staring us down. And finally, we like just stop here to ask for directions. And so we stop, and you know, I'm like freaking out. This is similar to when I was in the subway, only different. Lady comes out, and she's got a gun, and we're like, Joshua!
Yes, mother.
Joshua!
Yes, mother.
Saddle up!
Okay, mother.
Don't be afraid.
Mother, I am way too old. I am a junior at WKU. And I cannot be saddling up with you anymore.
Get your adopted British ass on your mountain.
My dear Sharita, she feeds us all kinds of new food, and I've caught her quite plump.
races and everything. This story doesn't really have much to do with race, but incidentally, the subject of the story was black. You know, my sophomore year, joining Happy Gas probably saved my sanity because I could not spend any time in my room because the freshman who was originally my roommate switched with the guy down the hall who I'd heard talking about his very odd roommate who would just walk into the room after taking a shower completely naked, you know, not acknowledge that at all. And I didn't put two and two together that this is probably going to be my new roommate until it happened. And at first I thought, you know, he was a tall black guy who was in band. I thought, oh, I was in high school band, we can talk about that or whatever. But then I realized he was one of these people that you would talk to and you just weren't connecting at all. I would say, oh, you know, what do you like to do? Do you like to party at all? Oh, I go to night class sometimes. Oh, he thinks night class at the subway. I don't know if they have that anymore.
Oh, hey, you ready to call?
Yeah.
I already called this event, is that cool?
Yeah, go ahead. You don't mind that I'm on that track?
Completely naked?
Yeah.
No.
So, yeah. Whoa, sorry. Everything keeps going over my head. I'm here now. Yeah, Georgia.
That's cool, man. So, a journalism major?
Yes.
Yeah, nice. Me too.
217, sweet mates?
Yay!
Oh man, I'm waiting to get you. It's like 2 hours long. I was like, when can I get these clothes?
So probably my most fondest memory of Happy Gas are the after parties at the cave. And we had a legacy of people who lived at the cave, and this is during my tenure living at the cave. The cave was an apartment, not an actual cave. Yeah, we didn't hang out at Lost River Cave. But yeah, so we had a sweet party. I think we had 300 people there or whatever. People were clearing out, and Phil and I were real drunk, and Ben was hitting something real hard in his room, and we got bored of listening to him and giving him shit about it. And so Phil looked at me and said, "You want to throw some shit?" And I said, "Yeah." And so we went up to the top of the balcony and started throwing empty 2-liters, trying to throw it over to the AT&T parking lot, and realized they didn't have enough weight, so we started filling them up with water so that we could throw them over the AT&T parking lot. Only half of them probably made it. We ran out of that, had to move to glass bottles. We ran out of that, we had to go to figurines. We just...
Very good, madame. Excellent.
Oh, motherfucker.
Miss Elizabeth, might I just make a small inquiry?
But of course.
I think we're all very proud of the fact that you won the lottery. We're glad that you have all sorts of excess at your fingertips, having a personal butler, all of the new excesses in your life. Do you think maybe we could raise the caliber of our hobbies from throwing 2-liter bottles full of cement off of the roof of the building? It is fun. I think it's great. I think it's
I've had so
wonderful
many.
fun. I just think that maybe we could sort of take the class up a little bit, you know, go to a tea party.
Maybe throwing champagne bottles?
That's a step up. I'm fine with that. That's a step up.
Man, I don't know what happened to me last night. I was walking home, all of a sudden this bottle came out of nowhere and hit me in the hospital.
I had the same thing happen to me, man. I was walking from the grocery store, right? Because I was like, I had been at home by myself. You know what I'm saying? And like, I was hungry.
You tend to do.
Yeah, you know, and I was like, because I'm a loner, you know, so, but long story short, after I got the Oreos, like a Diet Coke can just like hit my head.
Was it full?
It was full. Because I think there was like a line of them a little further away, and those were empty, and I'm like, maybe those just weren't getting to me. It made sense to me.
It's a subpoena. You've left a trail around the whole neighborhood. They know.
What should we do?
Well, you're a multi-millionaire. Maybe let's buy a different building and throw things off of a different building's roof.
Where should we live?
You could quite literally buy any building in this town.
I know, but I want somewhere Can we buy it, please?
Dude, it's dead, man. This is dead.
It smells terrible. Oh, God.
What's that 2-liter bottle?
I don't know. It looks like a 2-liter bottle full of pee. I don't know. Frozen pee. They threw frozen pee at this poor person.
You think it was a hate crime?
2 things. Firstly, stop filling them with pee. Secondly, quit bringing the bodies. Oh, she's alive!
So on the subject of road trips, Justin is, my best friend Justin, is what you call a sleeper. He sleeps. He's good at sleeping, like real good. And Stefan and Phil and I were driving to Florida to do a show. And Justin, who's great company on a road trip when you need someone to keep you awake, because he falls asleep 30 seconds into the trip, was asleep. And we were like, let's stop for lunch. And we were like, should we wake up Justin? No! Have I ever told you this? That's why you're really hungry at the end of that day, is because we ate at a window just watching you sleep. At an Arby's. It was good. You looked really peaceful.
I mean, let's be real here for a second.
Okay.
Let's be real with each other. You with me? I want to take a second. I want us to take a breath. Is that not the most fuckable Phil you've ever seen?
You spray cold pass on his face.
Get him.
Oh my God.
Get him out of the fridge. Now listen, Phil has a tendency to not wake up no matter what you do. So what I want you to do is some push-ups on top of him, and I want you to see who can get their nose the closest to his face.
Oh, that's easy. Me,
You first, do it. Hang on. I mean, you don't have the belly in front of you.
No.
Stop, so you might.
I'm okay with that.
He might plug me up.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, guys.
You guys, oh, hey.
Normally we would cut there, but I want to finish this part real quick. Go ahead. Oh, I missed it. He interrupted. Go ahead. Yeah, I need you to do it again. To completion.
It's great. I'm a PJ. I'll just document the whole thing.
This is on.
You're in jail, huh?
Yeah. Well, that'll happen when you shoot the only black guy in the city.
I am furious with you, Daniel. Furious. Because
I'm sorry, Ralph.
I am your stepdad. You call me sir.
I'm sorry, Sir Ralph.
Listen, we got off to a bad start. You're here in jail. I don't have the money to bail you out. Don't worry. I'm Gracie Law. I'm a lawyer. Call Gracie Law.
Hi, Gracie.
Stop. She's the best lawyer in town. She's working pro bono. Pro boner.
That's why she's new. You just finished.
I just left my dorm.
I can't go down there.
You know, grow up. I shot at you. I think you can.
Okay, yes, I shot a man on mistake. There's a big difference between that. I shoot 50 black men.
Sorry, I just had to stop. So coming from Pike County, I had a 4-cylinder Corolla wagon that I used to drive around in. Thank you for that. It finally died 400,000 miles later. When I upgraded to a white Lincoln Grand Marquis. I had two best friends at the time, Nanny and Lacey, who I love dearly. And I told them, because part of me thought I was a little black. I thought, you know, I'm from Pike County, I'm ghetto, I listen to hip hop, I'm with it, it's cool. So I asked these two beautiful, buxom blonde women if they would sit in the back seat while I drove around Bowling Green, listening to rap music at the highest possible level, and just have these two big blondes in the back like this. It worked. I got that.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate this. Just trying to...
Guys looking for a blonde?
Now! Just trying to up my status on campus, so I appreciate you doing this. Everyone respects a driver.
That's fair, man. Everybody respects a driver that's got a bro like me in the back seat.
Soon people are going to be like, that's the guy who drives people around. He's important. He's got status. He's someone I'm going to be friends with.
Exactly.
I really appreciate this, man.
That's cool, man. What's your name again?
Leo.
I don't care.
That's right. Driving a guy around. PDI, pretty damn important.
Take me to Taco Bell.
Taking him to Taco Bell.
You're letting naked Leo drive you around?
Hey, what up?
That's right. I've got to get rid of my old nickname, Naked Leo.
Now you're gonna be driving, Leo.
Driving Leo. Oh shit, two people. Hey, all right? Yeah. Pretty good. Just doubled my status.
Is he just shirtless or is he?
No, he's naked. He's
So, the first morning after this guy moves in, I wake up the next day and I hear a little bit of rustling under the covers, and I turn and I just see his feet shaking, like he's having a spasm or something, but it doesn't stop. And it's like, 6 in the morning, and I'm thinking, he's not, no, he's not. I was in denial for about 2 weeks before I was like, yeah, he is, and I had missed, by the time I decided, because I'm lazy, I didn't want to move, until I just felt I had to, and then I went to my hall director. Turned out I had missed the deadline by 1 day, and I told her, no, you don't understand. This guy masturbates like all the time with me in the room.
Thank you guys for coming to Masturbators Anonymous. I'm your host, Reginald.
Go, masturbating, go.
Gosh, I'm 13 is what we do!
Bring it forward, go to TCBY.
So welcome, new guy. My name's Reginald. I'm the host for Masturbators Anonymous, masturbation free for 14 years. So, I just want to go down the line. There's a couple of new faces, a couple of regulars. How you doing, Timothy? I see you. We'll get to you. Can you go down the line and tell us all your name and why you're here? Questions afterwards. Hold on. So,
My name is Sarah. I just can't keep my hands off myself. Really,
trust me, 14 years ago, I wouldn't keep my hands off